Captain's log, 9th of September 2023. Oh, it's 9/11 today, isn't it? So, yesterday was not quite a 9/11, but in admin terms, I've got to get a proof of address living in here in Thailand for the property transaction, the auction of my sale back in the UK. And it's just a fucking box that they have to tick. Nobody would ever come out here to find me. And that would only be if the lawyers hadn't done their job properly and something went wrong and I'd somehow absconded with some money. No, it's all about just knowing everything about you and where you are, and all the information's passed upstairs to the fucking overlords of box tickery and petty oppression. And I had to go, this is how it works. I go to the immigration office. Well, first of all, I go to the hotel where I'm registered, and they say, no, you've got to go to the immigration office. So I go to the immigration office where they have my address registered. And every 90 days, I have to re-register. And they say, no, you've got to go and get more documents from the hotel. And I'd already given them all of the documents originally. So basically, they don't believe their own process, and it has to be repeated. So presumably, at some future point, they cannot believe it again. So then I have to go and hassle the hard-working and lovely hotel owner who has to spend 20 minutes digging out the information for me. And she was kind enough to make copies of my passports, because you need the entry stamp and you need the visa stamp and you need the details page and you need your latest declaration of address, all of which they made you do anyway, so they've got them on the fucking computer. So they're running a paper system and a computer fucking system at the same time. What's the fucking point? So I have to hassle the hotel owner for that. I'm driving backwards and forwards half an hour every time. And then they say, no, they want more information. So it's unpaid work that they're dumping on people because their own systems are crap, so that I can get a piece of paper to show somebody in England who will never, ever, ever have a reason to use that. But of course it's on file, and it can be maybe at some point perused by somebody who's interested in prosecuting me for something else. It's absolutely horrendous. And I got the proof of address, and no, it's in Thai, and it has to be notarized by a lawyer around here. So I'm giving them a prime official document, which is the official document of this country. And then I have to have it notarized by a notary who is in fact a lot lower down the hierarchical chain than that. And if it's in Thai and they don't understand it, and I've got to translate it, I could fucking put anything in there. If they don't do the translation, how do they know what's in it? If they reject an official document, what the fuck do they know about this jurisdiction? What a pile of bollocks. And I know there's worse things. I know there's worse things in the world than having to jump through these shitty hoops for the masters of box tickery. But I'm paying £2,000 for all of this. That's their conveyancing fee. It's disgusting because it's just moving data around. And I tell you now, when AI comes for conveyancing, much as I detest AI eating all of our jobs, I'll be fine with that one. It's really, well, it's quite pissed me off. It's not pissed me off it's an enjoyable piss me off, because I can have a rant about it. Other than that, there was the fucking dinghy, which was I'll go into in the fix your boat up section, and then there is the putting together of the engine seat, and I've run out of money, and there we go. So I've got to do that myself. I think I can piece it back together, get these charters underway. And anyway, that's the fix your life section. What else will fix your boat? Yeah, I've got to hand the small dinghy back. The big dinghy is a feckin' disaster. I'll show you a bit of that in a moment. That's the end of the captain's well. Okay, so this is the sad attempt at a waterborne vehicle that this dinghy is. I hate it so much. These boards, they are the supposed hull. They're just a floor over this, which is just soft hypalon material, which is always tearing, so it's always leaking. And because I had it repaired and the backboard couldn't be fitted properly, the corner burst the pontoon. So now I've actually got water in here, which is going to be tricky to remove. I might have to actually make another hole, which will then have to be repaired just to remove the water. This is a sad sack of a dinghy. So never get one. Never get a soft bottom dinghy. That's all I can say. But anyway, that's the job for today. Okay, people, here we go. The Fix Your Life section. So this is the mood matrix. And so yesterday I was feeling very bothered by the ructions within the family, and particularly the dispute that I'm having silently and sometimes openly with other family members about the way that I was treated a year ago. And it is strange to be the subject of controversy, where I have to advocate for myself, because generally I just let everything go. It doesn't really do any good to chase after things looking for justice. That's usually just a feast of negativity. But there has to come a time where you think that that's just more than I can actually stomach. And it's on that basis that I'm representing myself in this particular thing. And so yesterday I was pissed off about it all, and it was weighing very heavily on me. And you can see my mood metrics are down. Wasn't the flow? Social connectedness was a 4. Oh, motivation was down. Oh, positivity was a 5. Well, they've all gone up today. And the reason is stress has gone down. I sent a video message to my brother, the one with whom I'm currently more or less disputing this. And yeah, it just cleared the air, and it just, for me, it sort of allowed me to get on with things. I mean, you either carry on stoically, or you have to accept that you have to do something. And by stoically, I don't just mean suffering in silence. That's not stoicism. You actually just accept things as they are and make the best of your circumstances. That's stoicism. But sometimes I think you have to say something. If it keeps coming back into your mind, you have to do something. And I felt a lot better after doing it. The other side of that is that I'm reconciled to possibly a long period, possibly more or less permanent period of dispute over this very issue. That's very sad. It remains to be sad, but I can't keep chasing after this forever. But anyway, my brother did contact me back, so I have some hope that we can make some progress on it.
This presentation is from Patrick Moore, a founder of Greenpeace. He looks at the long-term temperature and C02 trends to show that C02 follows temperature by a few hundred years. The recent leap in C02 levels should create a dramatic rise in temperature. No such effect is observed. This is despite the theory of radiative forcing relies upon radiative influence, which is an immediate effect with no lag. Note that our current global temperature is due to our situation in the Holocene interglacial period in the Pleistocene Ice Age, and our current temperature peak is less than the previous interglacial periods displayed. Not only are we within the scope of natural variation, we are 5 Fahrenheit cooler than previous interglacial peaks. Link below.